Let me start with a simple but potentially very uncomfortable truth. If your company can't run without you, there's a reasonable chance that it's not a transferable asset when you want to exit. That's not just a financial issue, it's deeper. It's a purpose issue. Look, I'm telling you that every buyer in the world knows this. They can read it in your body language, your calendar, your business culture. If everything still revolves around you, the business looks dependent. It doesn't look scalable. Honestly, it may not even look sellable. Here's the irony. The reason most founders can't let go isn't because they don't have the right successor on their leadership team. It's because they don't have the right plan for themselves. Their personal succession plan, you might call it. Without a clear purpose for your life after the exit, it's almost impossible to loosen your grip before the exit. Now, in the M&A world, we talk a lot about enterprise value, but we rarely talk about existential value. In other words, what's this business worth if you take you out of the picture? Now, owners who know what they're moving toward emotionally and purposefully don't have to cling to what they're leaving behind. That's why purpose planning isn't a soft skill. It's actually part of a valuation and growth acceleration strategy. I've watched owners who've done the internal work, who've mapped their second wave life, lead differently. They start to delegate with confidence. They start to hire with humility. They start to elevate other leaders because they no longer need to be the hero of every story. And as a result, that new generation of internal leaders begin to step up and lead and grow the company themselves. And guess what happens next? That owner's company becomes more attractive because now it's not just built, it's transferable. Dr. Viktor Frankl, the father of the psychiatric field of logotherapy, taught that humans are wired for meaning. When someone's meaning is tied entirely to work, removing work feels like removing life itself. Perhaps, as a client once said to me, a little bit like dying. So when an owner doesn't have a plan for what comes next, every decision feels risky. Every delegation actually feels like loss. Every potential exit feels like identity theft. That's not stubbornness or failure on your part. It's just a fundamental part of human psychology. You can't release or let go of something that still defines you. Here's the good news. Those who build their post-exit purpose early, entrepreneurs who can name where their meaning will live next, those entrepreneurs find that they begin to make better business decisions right now. They stop confusing control with contribution. They start mentoring rather than micromanaging. And this is perhaps the key in accelerating the value of your business, having the right leadership team to walk alongside and lead with you. So the vision of the business, or purpose as it turns out then, is not only the foundation of the business's meaning, it's the foundation of your meaning also. And that makes it the foundation of valuation. I once worked with a client named Susan. She ran a thriving logistics company. Profitable, loyal customers, solid margins. But every time I reached out to her to discuss selling, her hesitation was, "I just don't think they're ready yet," she would comment. But when we dug deeper, it wasn't her team that wasn't ready, it was her. Her entire sense of purpose was tied to being needed. We spent a couple of months helping her design her second wave plan. What she would do with her time, her talent, her tribe, and her treasure after the sale. Once she had a vision for the next season, everything changed. She empowered her COO. She started documenting processes. She even took her first 2-week vacation in years. And within 18 months, her valuation increased by double-digit percentages. Not just because the EBITDA changed, but because the business no longer was dependent on her to function once the leadership team stepped up. Purpose, when clarified, becomes contagious. It creates organizational freedom. Buyers don't pay top dollar for owner-driven companies. They pay for leadership-driven ones with a clear vision of where the business will go in the 5 to 10 years after the founder's exit. And leadership grows in the shadow of trust. When a founder's sense of identity is secure, when they've already envisioned what's next, they not only give others permission to step up, it begins to be expected. Think about it. The same emotional readiness that helps you transition your life also helps your business leadership transition. It's not just who will run the company, it's how you'll let them. Purposeful owners create space for others to lead. In doing so, they build valuation through vision, not through velocity. According to Exit Planning Institute data, up to 75% of business owners profoundly regret their decision within the first year of selling. Why? That statistic remains almost unbelievable to me. So why does that happen? Because while some of them may have prepared the business, almost none of them prepared themselves. But the small percentage who do prepare personally, who know their next mission, who see life after exit as not an ending, but as a confident step into the next season of life, they exit with both peace and profit. Those are the owners who attract quality buyers. They retain top talent, and they build companies that continue to thrive long after they're gone. So let's call this what it is. Purpose planning is not a luxury. This is actually a leadership discipline. The moment you can define who you'll be after your exit, you'll begin to lead differently leading into that exit. You stop trying to squeeze meaning out of every transaction, and you start building a team that can create meaning without you. A well-structured business plan will make you successful, but a well-structured life plan will make your success sustainable. So if you're a founder, I'll challenge you that here's your next strategic move. Don't wait until the deal is on the table to think about who you'll be after it. Start building your second wave life plan now. Because when you know where your purpose is headed, you can finally build a business that doesn't depend on you to survive. That clarity will free your team, strengthen your culture, and here's the amazing bonus, it's also going to increase your valuation. It's no secret that businesses built on purpose with strong core values and better culture sell for a higher number. And the leaders who build those companies live with purpose. They don't exit to die. They exit to move into the next great season of their life. They simply move from building great companies to building great lives. If you're interested in learning more about what you heard, please use the link in the description to visit the website, and you can receive the first few chapters of the book for free.